as it is 6 o'clock on Tuesday, February 4th, 2025. We'll call this regular board meeting, Hermosa board meeting to order. Roll call, Kramer's here, Ferguson?
Here.
Kuntz?
Here.
Harris?
Here.
Service?
Here.
Thank you all. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate you being here. Please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Call for changes, review of the current agenda. Does the board have any, I'll be right with you, Vicki. Does the board have any additions, questions, comments?
I make a motion that we adjourn current agenda.
Current agenda, okay. Donna makes a motion. Do I have a second to that motion? As soon as we make the agenda, I will make the motions. I will ask for your.
That's what I wish to talk about. Thank you.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Cal. All right, Vicki.
I was going to ask that the board remove item 10A from the agenda.
10A. Under legal. I don't believe we can do that.
Well, obviously not now.
We have not accepted the agenda. We are just asking
4 changes.
for
So you
changes.
could have made the change and then voted.
We could make the change now.
But
We
you-
couldn't have without it. I don't believe, does any board member want to vote to do that?
We have some outstanding business under that topic that we need to take care of, so I
Okay.
don't think we can remove it.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
I second that statement.
That statement, okay, thank you. Any other questions or comments? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. All right. Consent calendar. Approval of the January 1st regular meeting minutes and January 28th special meeting minutes. Anybody?
I make a motion that we accept the January 21st and the January 28th meetings.
Okay, very good. Do I have a second to that?
Second.
Any comments?
I need to
Questions?
abstain from the 21st since I was absent, but.
Okay.
I'm
Anybody
okay with
else?
the others.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Thank you, Shanna, for bringing that to us. Conflict of interest. Anybody that has it, please.
I guess I'd be an aye for the 28th. I don't know if you
Yeah,
can split that.
we'll split that. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Town updates. I had this added to the agenda today because there are a few things happening once in a while that happen in town that don't go to the board, don't get mentioned. And the thing that came up since the last meeting was the Hermosa sign for the city limits on the north side of town. And I have contacted DOT, and as soon as we get them the proper measurements to where it should be now, they will get that moved. And by my calculations, when I drove, it's just a little bit south of mile marker 62, where the new town limits would be. So that
Going
will
north?
going north, yes.
I mean, coming, yeah.
on the north side of Hermosa, but the south side of mile marker number 62, so, okay? All right. Anybody else have any updates that aren't on the agenda? No? All right,
I have a question.
okay.
Are they going to put another sign up there for the speed limit and stuff? His insurance company, where is that at?
I haven't heard. I did get one call from Progressive, and I haven't heard any more back. And I'm kind of waiting on. It's Progressive. I was gonna try to call them, but I need to
Don't have
probably. I need to get
Progressive, 'cause
the.
they're not progress.
Yeah.
I need to get the accident report, and I believe that was with the highway patrol.
Yeah, it was,
I just, I just have to
Yeah.
think about it being dimensional.
Otherwise, there is a grant available through the South Dakota Municipal League. That's how we bought the first two. It's like $2,500, and I got a quote. I think it's just over $3,000 to purchase one. So I do have that.
Okay,
okay.
thank you.
We'll get more on that when she has more of them. 6, engineer, Anthony.
There he is.
It is, huh?
So, so we just have some housekeeping, keeping the contractors going, so, agenda item A is pay application 2 for Baroque Advantage, which is the company doing the lagoon expansion. So, they are, asking for $37,000 because of the grubbing. They grubbed the site. 'Cause the first pay up was just mobilization.
Mhm.
And then this one is for scraping all the topsoil off and getting it staked for the lagoon berm, right? So they're focused, I've asked them to focus on the detention basin, the 5 million gallon detention basin that's to the east, because we need it. Our lagoons are starting to fill up again, and so they're heavily focused on that, and I'm trying not to have a situation as well, but can't be certain that if they bring in like a articulated truck, that they might have to remold that articulated truck just to get that detention basin. I haven't gotten that confirmed yet, that could be a potential change order of mobilizations. Right now, we're just hoping, we're just trying to focus on getting that done. So I'll know more for the next board meeting on that, but as it stands, there's no contract changes other than deducts that we do to his contract when we buy stuff, which is item B and item D.
Okay,
So when you approve those, then we'll deduct those from the total of his contract, because that was in his contract, but we're buying it
we're buying it.
sales tax free, and some of the stuff is actually a bit of a better price when we did it.
Good.
So,
Good, okay. Very good. So we need a motion for the pay application number 2 for Baroque Advantage for the lagoon expansion.
So moved.
Thank you, Shanna. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Donna. Any further questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried, thank you.
The next one is one of his items that was on his contract was the pump station structure. So that's out there by the detention basin. We want to get that purchased so that he can sink that in the ground, and that becomes anything that's connecting to that detention basin, we want to have that in place. So there's the pump station, the pipes leading to it, so that way he can seal everything with bentonite, and that detention basin's done and ready to use. So I deliberately picked those items that we need to do that. So this is the structure that is going to connect to the detention basin that he's currently building. It's a 72-inch manhole structure. I think it's 17.5 feet deep, and all the accessories associated with it totals $10,500, and we avoid paying sales tax doing it this way from ECP.
Okay. Can I have a motion in the effect to pay that bill?
I make a motion for the pay.
Donna makes the motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Cal makes a second. Any further discussion, board?
No.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you. C.
If you don't mind, I'll just jump to D and then come back to C. 'cause these
All
are
right.
related. So D is the quote from DSG. So this is all the pipes that connect to the detention basin from that structure you just approved. We have a 12-inch pipe that connects to the detention basin. We've got another 8-inch pipe. Both of them have gate valves. And then we have some 4-inch pipe that connects the detention basin to the new treatment plant. So all that, and this is where I'm going to, oh, I was like, plan for approval. What the- That's not the number that I was, so it's the back of this, 14,321. And actually, the quote he gave me to approve, it was from another supplier, and it was 30,000.
Wow.
So I'm already saying, hey, you're 15,000 towards the good. I don't want any mobilization, second mobilizations or things. So I'm trying to build up a buffer there so we can avoid any change orders doing it this way. So
Good job. All right.
Second that.
Good
job.
Good job. Exactly. All right. So we're ready for pay application number 2 for a motion.
No, it's a
the
DSG.
Excuse me, the DSG.
DSG. I make a motion, we approve the quote from DSG.
Donna, thank you. Second,
I'll second.
Aaron, thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.
Okay, so now back to C, which is, this is for the treatment plant for Conifer Construction, so John Burkhart. He's plugging away. They're at a point now where they bought I think they bought all the materials for the building. And so they're putting up the posts and framing out the building over top of the treatment plant right now. And there's a ton of fill that's brought in. They didn't realize they're gonna be bringing in a couple feet of fill, but that area was always low around Lagoon C. So I think it was in a 200-year flood event, it would have capped the top of those berms and we would have had some trouble there. So we fixed that and brought it back to the Clomer level, and then having the treatment plant that high makes everything gravity. So we can gravity back to the detention basin, we can gravity down to the Battle Creek. There's no pumps. The only pumps we actually have are in our French drain around the treatment plant. I wanted to daylight out that groundwater, and DANR said, nope, you gotta send it to the lagoons. We don't even want any of the water that accumulates around the building to go up to daylight. So I'm like, all right, I gotta put that in like a little sump pump, and it probably will never run. But at least if we did have a surcharge of our lagoons, and it were to get into the groundwater, get into that berm somehow, and get into our around our treatment plant, it would pump it back to the lagoons.
Okay.
So that whole thing, he's gotten to a point where he's got another $45,000 out of his contract that he's requesting. So balance to finish is still almost $60,000. So
Okay.
this should take him quite a ways.
All right. Do I have a motion for this pay app 2 for Conifer Construction?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Aaron. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Cal. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Great.
I have one little update that happened today, so that's why I couldn't get it on the agenda. I visited Keystone's treatment plant this morning
Okay.
and met with Jerry, their treatment operator. We designed our treatment plant around their permit because they're on the Battle Creek, but they're up higher. So I visited with them, and one thing that I learned today was, I guess our neighbor Keystone, his population is decreasing because people are turning their homes into Airbnbs. And so it's to a point where the population in the winter is so low that they have to ask Rapid City to deliver raw sewage to keep their treatment plant going. And they're paying for that, paying $400 a truck.
Wow.
So never thought we'd see the day when we were paying $400 a truck for raw
Where were
sewage.
they when we were?
And it's still not.
Yes, exactly.
So I told him we could probably beat that deal.
Yes.
We're closer.
Yeah, look over.
And,
Fiber just went on sale.
yeah, and we can send them our primary from our lagoon cell A,
Great.
if it helps them out. And anything that they can get out of our lagoons, the better for us, I say, so.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to know if I can start dialogue with their city council to approve us sending our poop their way.
Please do that. Please.
Is it downhill from here?
But uphill,
Oh.
but Hill Septic has been hauling it all the way from Rapid. And then that was because they are dumping soy meal in there to try to give some nutrients normally, which they're buying, they're paying for. But they had a 30,000 gallon hotel pool with full chlorinated pool dump into their system and kill their entire treatment system.
Yeah, sure
Because they
did.
only have 23,000 gallons a day of normal flow, so they had an entire day basically, and it took them weeks to do it. That's when they had to go get Rapid Cities
Wow.
stuff. So I said, let's have an agreement between our cities, or the two closest cities, that we'll send you as needed, and then if we needed to send, if we did need to do a pump and all, then we'd send what we need. But as long, for their small amounts that they need, we'll send it anyways. So we got that, there's always that flow going.
Great. I mean,
So I'm gonna work on that
What
as
city is this?
Keystone,
Keystone.
so.
wow.
Too bad we didn't know that before we spent that $150,000.
Yeah, this Keystone's way closer than Hot Springs and they want
No
it,
kidding.
so that's where we're at. I'll report back next board
Great.
meeting with more info.
Report
Good
back
luck
on
with
it
that.
Next
Okay.
week.
Connie.
I just had a question for Anthony.
Okay.
So where's the status with the sewer line on Manning Street? That started back August 9th, I think, when we had that issue, and nothing's been fixed. Chuck's been over there a couple times to two of the problem houses within the last 10 days, working on things. So I'm curious when that's gonna get fixed, when that infrastructure, something's gonna happen there.
So, I guess what we investigated by smoke testing was for the odor, right, the odor issue. And so we've addressed it by filling the traps in the house across the street from you, where we think the odor was coming from.
Correct, but that's not solving the actual sewer issues.
No, so what you're talking about is rehabilitation of our collection system. And so we have like a treatment plant being built and lagoons being expanded, so what we're trying to do is get our treatment facility in a certain position, and then we can start attacking the collection system and start doing rehab. And obviously Manning is high on the list to rehabilitate, and that would involve lining, so we have to bring in a company, get enough of a grouping, and I'm trying to team
Are
up.
they thinking 2026 or?
I think that even maybe towards the end of this year,
Okay.
we could be starting on it. We just need to be able to group them so that we're not bringing somebody from another state just for us, Like if we have a few towns that are looking to do some trenchless rehab of sewers, then we could throw our stuff in, like a third is ours, a third is, let's say, Hill City, and a third is someone else. Hill City has massive infiltration issues, and so, that's a good one to team up with, because they're trying to keep the water out of their system. Keystone's got almost as bad. So we're talking like 3 times what they should have, or 2 times what they should have. So.
Okay.
But anyways,
thank you.
that's something that's in the works. We're just trying to work with neighbors to then get a nice set of, let's say it's worth a week, for a company to come
That
out.
makes sense.
Then we get a cheaper price.
Yeah.
And a lot of the companies that I had dealt with were like in the Chicago area, and they'll come out, they'll do a week's worth of work and go back, and still be affordable,
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Neil, do you have anything for us?
Yeah, I'll just give you a little bit since I was just here last time, but I'll kind of been on the road for the last couple of days, so I'll just give you a quick update. I've
you.
started working on your tip number 2. I've already kind of got that framework started. Anthony is getting close to having with what the infrastructure cost will be, and so then what I'll do after that is start narrowing down what is gonna be the revenue to expect based off of property taxes. So then we kind of see how it, between the two of them, how they balance out. So I just wanted to let you know that. I'm continuing to explore the extraterritorial with Pennington County. Brittany was gone for about a week, and so I'll probably be touching base with her when she returns. So just to kind of, we're just having a nice dialogue between us and Pennington County. And I know there's a couple constituents up on the outskirts kind of wondering what that might look like, but it's kind of premature at this point because I mean, even if you get Brittany with Pennington County staff, you still would have to be obviously the Pennington County Commission too. So you can't quite, you can never really commit to that, but just to give you a little bit of an update that we're continuing to kind of have conversations with that, and then I'll keep you guys posted.
Very good.
Yep.
Thank you. Shannon?
Something quick, can we maybe add a TIF 2 updates under the engineer agenda for future?
For future? Sure.
Mhm.
Good idea, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good, that brings us to planning and zoning, which Jill's not here, we have nothing tonight. Claims?
Finish. I'm sure, oh, yeah, there's hay.
Yours contracting, is that you?
Not me.
I make a motion, we approve the claims as stated.
Okay, motion's been made. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Shanna seconds, thank you. Any questions or comments from the board?
Nothing serious.
Or nothing serious?
What
Okay.
was the fire district for the Battle Creek?
So that was the return of the TIF funds that we
Oh,
received in
yeah.
October, November,
Gotcha.
so,
It
yep.
says tip number 1, but it wasn't registering.
Yeah, yep. So
Thank
the
you.
county, the school, and the fire department.
Okay, anybody else? Anybody in the audience have any questions? None. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Aye, motion carried. Thank you.
Mine was elsewhere.
Let's keep moving right along, I like
Law
this.
enforcement, we did get a log from Custer County, so it's here to look at. It just today it came in, huh?
I got it yesterday,
Got it yesterday,
so
so
after the packet was already out.
after the packet.
I was wondering about that wildlife call.
Yeah, I was just
Wildlife
gonna say
miscellaneous.
there's Wildlife call on McDermott Street.
We had a
And
cat or something?
you didn't know what it is, or
No.
Chuck, you don't know what it is? No, okay. Anybody else? You live down there? McDermott Street, there's a wildlife call to the law enforcement in Custer
So
County.
how can you tell if it's AM or PM?
It's
Oh,
January 15th.
But it doesn't say, I mean, it's
Been
8:25.
nothing down there lately.
okay.
Oh,
I mean,
okay,
I
it
guess
must be
it
in the
could have been
morning,
anything from-
because after morning is, then they go to the 200.
Snake to coyote to.
All right. How many?
Ambulance
Total of
call.
51 calls for the month.
Where is the other?
Bottom of the left, on the back.
Oh, okay, good.
Yep. All right. Chuck.
Well, I don't think that's related, but there was a couple of lion sightings, and there was a calf killed on Baker's by confirmed lion kill. It was a 375-pound calf. And then there was another sighting on Lower Spring Creek. So I don't know if that had anything to do with right here in town, but not impossible, he could sneak in and pussyfoot around a little.
Yep, sure could. So Baker's as in 5-10 miles down? Okay, all right, well, that's a bummer for them,
Yep.
but I'm glad it wasn't here in town.
Yeah.
Could be moving this way.
Yeah, it could be. Yep. All right, so Kent, that brings us to legal.
Yeah, thank you. First item is in the matter of prohibiting Jerry Stiles from attending town board meetings, regular meetings, special meetings, and work sessions. At the last meeting, town board had voted to support such a ban or prohibition. Now, in prior meetings, matter of fact, the one immediately prior to that, there was significant discussion about taking this action. However, on the agenda for the last meeting, where this was passed, all it said was the word complaint. So it would be insufficient, and I should have brought this up beforehand. It's my bad on this. Everybody had in mind, like, well, we were just talking, I knew what it meant. Well, that's not what the agenda publication is for. Is so everybody knows. And the standard is so that a reasonable person could determine what that action is to be to accomplish or not. And so, in dealing with that matter, I request that the town board rescind that vote that banned Jerry from the meetings, and then move to reconsider a similar vote now that adequate advertising on the agenda has happened.
Okay. So that being said, we will need then a motion to rescind the previous motion that was made on
Is that the meeting I was not at, this January 21st?
January 21st.
And it says, motion by Kuntz to revoke Mr. Stiles' privileges for attending all regular meetings and work sessions until further notice. Motion was amended by Kuntz and seconded by Kramer to also include special meetings, vote 3A, 1 nay.
Okay. So that, I need a motion to rescind that motion.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Aaron. Do I have a second?
All second.
Drive safe, you guys.
See you later.
Thank you, Cal. So we have a motion and a second to rescind the original motion made on January 21st.
Motion and vote.
Motion and vote, yes. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Need to abstain since I wasn't there.
Donna, did you?
I said aye.
Aye. Okay. Motion's carried, thank you.
Do you want the new motion the same?
And so,
Then a motion to reconsider such a vote, specifically for the purpose of prohibiting Jerry Stiles from attending town board meetings, regular meetings, special meetings, and work sessions.
okay, can I have a motion in that effect?
I'll make the motion.
Okay. Cal makes the motion, do I have a second? I'll second that motion. Aaron?
Before we do this again, I do think we overstepped. This is not how you would expect somebody to be handled when you feel they've been inappropriate. Standard first practice is to tell them. He didn't get any letters saying, Gary, you've been upsetting the meetings. He's never been kicked out of the office for throwing his temper. He's thrown them. We all know he throws temper tantrums. But we've never formally addressed it before. The first to address it formally for the first time by banning him from the meetings is too far. I think what Mr. Stiles needs is a letter from this board informing him that his behavior in the meetings has been at times offensive, disrespectful, inappropriate, and if he is to continue attending these meetings, he must cease and desist. That is standard. You tell somebody to stop. We can't be judge, jury, and executioner. Not if there's not very strong evidence. And when people in town are saying that the confrontation in the parking lot did not originate from him, then there's a lot of people out in this town that are very frustrated about this. Very. And if there had been ever any police reports, if there had ever been any charges filed, any formal complaints of any time, that would be a different story. But for the very first formal act to be, you're done coming to the meetings, it's too far.
Okay, thank you. Any other board members? Kent?
I think Aaron makes an excellent point. One thing that I've been uncomfortable with in this, and we've talked about it a bit in the past, was creating a record. And this would add to creating that record. I think it's prudent to do that. He is, I don't know if he's still out of town or not, but so I don't know the reasons for him not attending tonight other than leaving his band or whatever the reason may be, it doesn't matter. But I think it would be prudent because there's no rush necessary for decision here. Because we all well know that if anybody gets out of hand, inappropriate, out of order in a meeting, they can be removed, requested to leave, or removed by force if necessary. So I don't want to backtrack on you, but I think Aaron makes a good point. Slow and steady wins the race, so to speak. I would recommend that a letter be issued to Mr. Stiles, such as Aaron's suggesting, and we'll take a breath and give him the opportunity to object. Again, it's pretty hard, but a due process is very important. I mean, due process is everything, especially for a governmental entity. So, again, I would say issuing that warning or letting him know this action will be taken, other than, theoretically he has been warned, or not theoretically, actually, he's received constructive notice that this was being considered tonight. Last meeting, when it was passed, it was not adequately described so that he or anybody else would know that he'd be the subject of that action. So at this point, I would recommend that, as Aaron suggests, I think it's a very good idea. Slow and steady.
I will comment, and that is that in his mind, I would think there would have been no doubt. There has been things said to him before. I remember at one time there was talk of sending him a letter. I don't remember when that was. I cannot tell you. This behavior that he has displayed has happened several times, and it has been over a year, I believe. Longer than that, I think, when the first time. I would, does anybody else remember ever a letter being talked about, sending him notification?
I don't remember the letter.
Cal, you don't remember that? Dan or Deb, do you remember? No?
No.
And I ask you because you've been here so many times. Joan?
I mentioned at that very meeting that I felt you should be sending letters first. Why create a precedence with this one person? You have no paper trail, and you need that for any decision this board makes, regardless of what it is.
All right, thank you. Kent?
And the town finance officer, Terry and Jill, and previous ones have been, have experienced
Yes.
a lot of harassment. I mean, a lot of harassment.
Yes.
Frankly, this is probably long overdue. But, again, we exhibited patience this entire time, in my opinion. Now, the letter should contain the reasons very specifically. Maybe not down to the exact date of every motion to get out of order, but the list of times I know the finance office has that written down. So why not utilize that? Again, it makes a very clear record.
Okay.
And so, again, I would recommend we put together a very detailed letter as to why we'd be taking such action.
Okay. Thank you, Kent. Aaron?
Jerry has tried to contact me many times since that meeting, and I've been abstaining from communicating with him. I wanted to make sure that this isn't a personal thing. This is let's do this right thing. So I could write, as probably the only person on this board who has a rapport with him right now, I think I could write a letter and then we can all review it and see if we can get rid of a little bad blood in the town, you know?
Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you, Aaron. So then we need to, excuse me, Donna, go for it.
I have to agree. I think this got way out of hand over a complaint from a citizen. And like I said, I wasn't out in the parking lot, so I didn't see none of that.
I didn't either.
You know, and as a town board, we're representing the people. And yeah, there's a few that have vendetta for him. And yeah, he has said some nasty things to a lot of people. And
Including you.
yeah, including me and my husband, you know. But I think right now we need to bury the hatchet a little bit, send a letter to him, and have some paper trail, and go from there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Shannon?
So, I think maybe the board lost a few opportunities in the instances that have happened over the past. With his outbreaks and, you know, we didn't act on them, we didn't send that letter, we just keep piling them until we had had enough and said, you know, we don't want this guy no more because we don't feel safe.
Right.
But you're right, we didn't send that first letter, and we have received the citizen complaint. We have received verbal complaints from several employees, past employees. I think maybe when we write this letter, I do agree we should write the letter, that it should be noted, you know how you do the first notice and second, like this is
Final notice?
yeah, like.
Yeah, this isn't
Because
all
of the
weeds.
safety
This is one letter stating the reasons why. Now, should that letter include the opportunity to appear before the board or not?
I just am concerned about the safety if the letter upsets him to cause more issues. I hope that's not the case. But in our normal, I think the only guidelines we have is the warning for second and third final unless it's a safety issue, which I'd just like to point out. I feel that is the case.
It is.
I appreciate Aaron offering to write it. And just remember, we're setting a precedence here, and in the future, we should deal with it on the first go as the warning letter. and not wait till we have 10 things to have to do a final letter the first time.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
As Board Member Harris points out, taking care of it right away may have taken care of it. However, my guess is that it wouldn't necessarily be the last we'd seen of him or of that kind of behavior. So we would have to take continued action. With this, I think the town can say it's exhibited great patience with his behavior. Period.
Period.
And I think because of that, board action is necessary regardless of how you ultimately vote. But by God, he needs to understand that it cannot continue.
Okay.
So when Aaron writes this letter, that'd be a great, like I say, great opportunity, Aaron, and if you want to send it out before the next meeting for review to us.
I am
not
hoping
to-
that
Yeah, to
if
us.
you are willing to do so, that you'll bring it in a few days, and each board member can come up or give a copy of that letter and approve it or not approve it. And I would like to see it sent before the next meeting, well before the next meeting, so that hopefully he would receive it before the next meeting.
Next formal meeting, so.
The next formal meeting, yes, exactly. But first thing we need to do is we need to vote no on the motion that's on the floor, which is,
Die for lack of a second, I guess.
actually, I seconded it.
Oh, you did,
So,
okay, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
so we need to vote no on that motion. So I will take a vote now on the motion on the floor.
Nay.
All those in favor? All those opposed?
Nay.
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 I'll just abstain.
Okay. Then I would entertain a new motion for a letter to be sent after its approval by all board members, ASAP, before the next board meeting, with each board member coming up or calling, whatever, to give approval to that.
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Aaron makes that motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you both. Connie, I seen your hand up.
I just want to say I think that is a very good decision. I mean, I didn't make it to the December meeting that this was all about, but I listened to the recording. I mean, sometimes a man gets passionate about what he's saying, but by no means was he threatening to anyone in the meeting. I wasn't in the parking lot. I don't know what happened there. All he's ever asked is that this isn't a complaint against him, to follow like you would any other abatement process. So what Aaron's recommending, I totally agree that that's the way that should be handled.
Okay. Thank you, Connie. Dan?
Yes, and I appreciate the decision of the board tonight. I'm assuming on a complaint that was turned in, and there will be a letter following up of similarity of what the decision was made here. And in that letter, I think too, our newspaper reporter heard everything that went on. And I do caution, the board to the social media and the hearsay. Because if you weren't personally there and seen and witnessed what actually transpired in the parking lot, then you really have no defense to speak towards that or know exactly what transpired. I appreciate what the board's decision is. I appreciate the warning. And I do agree. The warning will be a great situation. I think the good thing about it is we have Robert's rules to back that up, and it is an abatement process. It's a process if the individual is out of line in the meeting, the board can take action on that right away in the meeting per that statement. So I do appreciate this hard decision of the board and appreciate the aspect of what the complaint will be read.
Thank you, Dan. Deb?
Are you gonna have Mr. Hack look at the letter too?
Yes. Yep, yep. That's best. And again, I want to state that this is, in my opinion, should be the only letter, first, second, third, because of as many times as it's happened. I believe that it should be the final letter that goes. It should be listed as all of the above, because, and we can add the dates to the letter, to back that up, I think. Is that fair, Kent?
So is the letter a warning, don't do it again when we have all this stuff against you, or is the
The
letter
next time it will be banned from the meeting and from all meetings. Joan?
You might want to include that portion of Robert's Rules of Order also that allow that.
Yes. Good point. Thank you, Joan.
as per, usually put as per ordinance, blah, 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 you've been found, this would be,
As per
yeah, Robert's rules
Robert's
allows.
rules. Okay. Aaron?
Yeah, I think the point was kind of touched on really that brought me here is that what happened in the parking lot, what happened here, what happened there. We don't have anywhere recordings, videos, documentation. I mean, there are notes and things, there are recollections, but this is going to be this is on paper.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, it really, Jerry was president for what, a year? No, not quite.
Not 8 months, I believe I think it was.
There are plenty of people he had bad blood with. He could have pushed for something like this against somebody he had a particular disagreement with. It didn't happen. There are many times where things get heated in here with numerous people. Many former presidents have a tendency to get in battles, but we've never done this before. Has anybody ever received a letter from the town saying that?
Yes.
All right.
And there's enough documentation that this is a different situation. And in arguments before that I have seen or in the past, it wasn't as volatile. It wasn't, and that is from past experience. But thank you. I agree. You're making good points. Thank you. Anybody else? Cal?
Yeah, I would like to point out that the board has already made decisions based on Mr. Stiles' behavior in the past. And, we took action to warn him before. So to say that there is a zero paper trail is not technically accurate. We did talk about that at that last meeting. In my opinion, I think maybe one of the reasons why the board didn't take immediate action is because it's kind of a jarring thing to witness a grown man acting in such a manner, and that, maybe the assumption is made that, well, maybe he'll just stop doing that, so.
Whose chair is squeaking?
Cal's.
What's that?
Your chair was squeaking, honey.
Yeah.
Sorry,
But,
didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine. So, I think sending letters is a good idea, hopefully we sent a message before, and, that the letter will be received in the way that it's intended.
I think he should be certified.
But, in my view, we should take steps to ensure that we do have good meetings. I'll just reiterate a point that I made when I was running that meeting when that vote was taken, and that is, we are tasked with providing our public service for the whole town. and that's everybody, and that's including Jerry. However, any citizen that wants to come and view how their town's being run, you know, they can come in, and if they see a circus, then, you know, that's not a good look. So, in my view, you know, I think we should be dedicated to running very, you know, professional meetings, and I think so far we've done that, this board in particular. So, you know, I just wanted to make that point that, you know, going forward, that hopefully we don't have to deal with any kind of issues like this in the future, but if we do, I think we should take decisive action, so that's all I have to say.
Thank you. I will comment on that, and that is that it has created fear. It has created fear for many people when that has happened in this office at these meetings. And that is not fair to the rest of the public. So, Ken.
And for the record, to add some clarification to the town hearsay or whatever is going on, right before or as the meeting, very close to the end of the meeting, I was standing over here grabbing a cookie, whatever it was, and then he was right there too, and I can't remember what he asked about, and he kept at it, and then I said, at that point, I kind of, also I said, frankly, at this point, I don't give a crap. And because that's, and he said something about, well, that's because you were the, you know, and then got in my face right over here, standing there. Now, in a very threatening manner, and I know what that looks like. Now, the thing in the parking lot, I was standing there with maybe three other people, but two other people. Immediately after that had happened, and he was approaching our small group, walking fairly briskly straight toward us with eye contact. And I think Dan or someone else in the group said, you can't just tell him to move on. And so I did. I said, Jerry, move on, keep moving on. There's nothing more to say here, because it would have done nothing but escalate. Well, I said that. He turned around and said, you tell me what to do? I said, no, Jerry, I'm just asking you to move on. There's nothing else to talk about. Something like that. And then there was a couple other comments he had, as I recall. But on both occasions, though, basically he called me out, wanting to, you know, you want to handle this right now, type of thing. So, you know, that's not going to fly at a public meeting. And again, to the extent I contributed to that, I shouldn't have. However, at no time did I believe I ever provoked anything. That's why that gives more clarity, hopefully, to the parking lot incident. And I guess that's pretty much all I have to say on the matter. So,
Thank you, Ken.
you bet.
Yes, Shannon.
So, over the past, I know we've had a couple citizens that we've had to temporarily, whatnot, ban from the office for the way that they were treating the office staff. That has happened. I do believe there were letters sent at the time. And there was a particular board member had a complaint of harassment, and that was a letter as well. That was just a warning letter that I do recall. And that was acted upon, you know, right away. That wasn't because it was against one person or against the office staff, whereas this seems to be, you know, this person and then this person and then during a meeting and then during, and it just kind of has piled up. I'm definitely aware of what he said in public, not to the board, but to the audience member.
Mhm.
But I think it should be noted, Kent's recollection of what happened also added to the file with the other complaint from the citizen, just as a paper trail. And the office notes that we do have as a paper trail to attach to the letter, you know, to show that we had reasonable purpose to send the letter.
Okay.
Is
Thank you.
that kind of?
Yep, I get that. I think that's all good. All right. All those in favor of this motion, which is Aaron writing the letter, we all approving it and getting it sent to Jerry, that his behavior will not be tolerated in the future. Correct? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you, board. That brings us to the review of the town marshal jobs description here. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry.
Yes, I've reviewed it. I do have some notes that I made. I have not rewritten it at this point. Quite frankly, probably a lame excuse, but I was out of office sick more than I was in the office. So, I'll author something and get it to the town finance officer to post.
Okay.
That's okay.
Mhm. Has everybody else read it and have any comments or that you want to give to Kent?
Other than we did have that questionnaire that we used the last time when we were doing, I think it's on file.
Yeah, this was
When
this
we
was
were
just a
doing it.
posting that I found that you guys did last January. And so I basically just changed it to part-time and then put the competitive
Yeah.
wage, and I kind of left everything else in. But I wanted you guys to look at it since I've never been involved in.
And then I don't have a lot of changes on it.
Yeah.
I think informationally it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's the one that the sheriff's department in Custer County uses.
Oh, okay, great.
Do we need to put a up to or equal sign 15 hours per week behind the part-time? So they know it's part-time?
Part-time?
I mean, usually you think a part-time is 30 hours, don't you?
I think we can just say that in the,
Less than
when they
2
call
days.
or, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if I may,
Yes.
to that point, I think, you know, we do kind of have a moving target with the exact compensation, which would also spill over into having a moving target on the number of hours exactly, so.
Yes.
Well, we talked about 20, didn't we? We were covered for 20.
Yeah, I mean, I think that depending on the actual rate, we'll be able to do more or less hours, which is obvious, right? So
Yep,
I
correct.
support your
That'd be kind of
decision
cool.
to
Thank you.
kind of leave it somewhat nebulous.
So Kent, I will hope that you can get this to us in just a few days too.
Yeah.
So that we can get this process started and maybe get somebody hired. It'd be wonderful.
Right.
Yes.
So can I make a motion that we approve to post this following Kent's final comments to Jerry?
Yes, you may. So Shannon makes the motion.
No, are we doing I guess maybe after a second, huh? Are we publishing or are we posting them
We have to do both.
in the journal, just in the
Uh,
Chronicle?
In our paper, online, in all of our
I think Gail used to do them on Indeed. too.
Indeed and
Okay. As long as we know where it's
going.
going. You're right.
All right, we need a second to that motion.
Second.
Cal makes a second. Thank you. Makes, gosh. All right, Connie.
I was wondering about how many hours a week you were looking at for law enforcement, and do we actually have that kind of?
We do
funds?
have a budget. We have a budget. We've looked into this. We figure that we can do an average of 15 hours a week, but it will depend a little bit on the wage. And also, like there's, in the direction of, for the officer, It's like, these kind of temperatures generally don't bring out too many criminals.
Yeah.
And so these kind of weeks could be less hours so that we could add more to the fair or all the other, the big garage sale and doings in June and any other times, more, possibly more school patrol, that kind of thing. So, but that, we do have that much in the budget for it for this year.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Joe?
I don't know the exact name, but I know there's a government site where you post government jobs. There's probably also law enforcement journals that you could post it in. I mean, it's gonna cost you, but nothing's free, so no matter where you advertise.
Right, we'll check into that, thank you. Anybody else?
Are we doing a few weeks, 1 week? And I'd like to see the deadline be posted at like a 5 PM, not at 2 in the afternoon, so that you're taking the mail from previous days and going through a full day for a cutoff.
Okay,
I mean, we didn't talk about a cutoff.
cut off.
Approved a post, but are we posting for a week, 2 weeks?
I think 2 weeks sounds good to me. What does everybody else think for posting this? Is that long enough?
2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. How long were the past ones? Anybody recall?
I don't remember how long we did that.
Joan?
I'm thinking that you generally need to post a job at least a month.
Yeah.
Unless you suddenly in the first week, you know, you have 5 applicants and pull it. I mean, what's the difference? You can pull it whenever you think you have enough applicants.
Should we go on that? Like, we want to get at least 3?
Oh, you can't do that either, because even I just read the minutes for or the agenda for Custer County's meeting tomorrow, and they are just hiring one tomorrow. They hired one just a few weeks ago, yes, but they're doing another one now. 25 something an hour, I think, is what that person is getting paid. But there just has not been. Really, it's hard to find an officer these days. So if you're putting a number on it, we may wait a year to get 5, honestly. So I don't think we need to do that.
Yeah, because we had, when we did it before, we had people that set up appointments and then they call, something happened, they couldn't make it in, they reschedule. And then we had somebody from Pringle apply.
I think you really only had 3 interviews, as I recall. So that's, yeah. We'll not put a number on that. Aaron?
Do we need to have in the meeting or in a motion, in the minutes or a motion, how long we're posting it, or can we just
I think we should go 30
until
days,
further,
don't you?
until we decide not to? And kind of see if,
I don't remember how long it was
I
before
would
we
amend it up
started
to
getting.
30 days.
Up to 30 days? That gives us some,
If we
Well,
have
yeah,
5, you
yeah.
can pull it.
Huh?
If you think we have enough before then, you can pull it. Or renew it afterwards.
okay. 30 days, that would be mid-March, okay? Anybody? Any more comments? Okay.
There's a second on my amendment.
She amended the motion, so we need a second.
Second on the amendment to the motion?
I'll second.
Thank you. All those in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
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 Motion carried. Thank you.
The amended motion. Yeah.
Put them both.
Right.
She didn't pull it.
Interesting to hear their starting went to 25 though. We were talking about
25, for, I don't know, 40 something if I remember correctly, but yeah. So,
that. Okay. Let's keep moving.
all right. Anything else from legal, sir?
No, that doesn't agree with that.
Thank you very much.
Not too bad.
All right. Public Works.
Well, this little snowstorm, we had some drizzle prior, so it made things very, very slick.
Mm-hmm.
We did quite a bit of sanding on the intersections and
You noticed that?
so I don't know I was not really right in the middle of it, so I looked around, seen where it was been down. Stuff that we got out here tracked in big time, well, that's not gonna work. And, so that's about it on streets. Street lights, we've got one yet on Josie that is out. As I mentioned last time, they've all been fixed, and I know.
Okay,
Water, I took a sample in today, which is our annual back tea. We cannot mail those anymore due to the mess that the post office is in.
yep,
So, they're time sensitive, so they have to be there within 24 hours. And there's been several times it did not make it from here to Rapid in 24 hours.
you know, you should call me, I go to town several times a
Yeah,
week.
Well, we do too. I mean,
Yeah, well, I know you do.
Yeah, we were going
Yeah.
in today, so we took it.
it's usually not a problem to get it. Either there's deposits or something, somebody's going to town.
Right,
It isn't a huge deal to get
okay.
physically take it in.
So this was the yearly one that you took in today?
No, this
No.
is that monthly one,
Monthly, okay,
the back to you.
okay.
Sewer, actually on the water, we had, 2 major leaks on Manning Street that was water related. And, I think that's where Connie was referring to. And both of those were on the customer's side of the meter, so there was substantial water loss, in one case, and they've been repaired since. And, approximate amount of gallons that were lost because it was after the meter. And, one meter was frozen broke. But, so that took up a couple of days by the time we pumped them out and got repairs made and another, which cut into our lagoon time. And then the snow came and that kind of made a mess along with everything else. We do have plumbing, most of it in, and are in the process of backfilling. There's actually 4.5 to 5 feet of fill goes in that area, inside the building,
And do you have enough?
yes.
Okay. Do you have too much?
Well, there's going to be an excess from the lagoon project. We've got quite a stockpile there from the excavation for the tank hole that we'll use up first. But they're going to bring in whatever we need from the lagoon project.
Okay.
And that's in part of the contract, supply that dirt from over there. And we probably will be looking at those lines that Anthony was talking about from treatment plant over to the pumping station and that stuff. There's going to be a tremendous amount of fill on those dikes that I was not aware of in the first reading, of course. And it didn't make sense why the tank was where it was at. Anthony kind of touched on that. The tank has to be that high in order to have gravity feed out of that rather than pumping. So that's where that's at. And I'm gonna have a couple nice days, so we're gonna hammer on it again tomorrow and next day. Hopefully we can start to fill. But that much fill, it's kind of difficult to drill the post holes. If you drill into the fill, that's not good. I mean, there's going to have to be a tremendous amount of compaction, and there's no room. There's like 4 feet total, and it isn't even enough room to get a bobcat into. So a lot of that's going to be handwork and hand compaction.
Okay.
It'll be time consuming to get the amount in there that we need. So power's in, water's in, You know,
It's coming.
same old thing.
Yep, very good.
I think that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Can we remove C since it's already listed in A?
Well, there's a, no,
There's a difference
yeah,
between them?
there's a difference, yes. Okay, open work orders. Is there any? Wait, how are we doing?
We didn't have any in there.
Not in here? Okay. We'll move forward then.
The sewer situation on Jones is still on that list.
On that list, okay. Okay, but that's waiting until the weather is a little,
Right, it's
yes.
not forgotten.
Yeah, I know, I'm sure it wasn't. Mark?
Just a quick question.
Mhm.
The couple water problems, they said they were on the customer side?
Yeah, mine was one. Mine broke, rotted out, whatever it did. And so I lost about 75,000 gallons of water, which I will be paying for. Yep, right in the pit, right next to the meter, but on my side. So that was and then actually my sister's was the other one. And I don't know how many gallons she actually lost. I have not gotten that figured out yet,
Seen
but
that number, but it was way bigger leak than yours.
well, there was a lot of water outside too. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, bummer. But you know, these houses are. Well, my house is over 100 years old, and they put that water line in the 40s to my house. I think her house was the same, and I mean, it's just the way it is. I just considered myself so very, very lucky that
You were home when it happened.
that I was, yeah, we had turned the water off in the house when we were gone, and turned it back on, and it wouldn't, no water would run, and so, I mean, it just could have been so much worse. There was nothing in the house. It wasn't 200,000 gallons. I mean, I really feel lucky about it myself. So, yes, Connie.
Just another huge point on how old our infrastructure is and how important it is that we get something done with it. The old part of town is still the old part of town, and if you don't live down there, you have no idea what you're up against. So it is an urgent matter that needs to be in the forefront of this board's thinking when there's money to be had, or grants, or whatever it may take.
Yes, thank you, Connie.
Yep.
Chuck.
I would have to beg to differ that the water lines are that old. Yours is plastic leaving the tank, and so was your sister's. So, coil plastic was, you know, roughly 40 years old. So
40.
it doesn't date back. It had to have been repaired somewhere along the line. I mean,
Okay.
changed over, so it's not 100 years old. That's how.
Well, no, I know it wasn't 100, but could have been maybe 80.
But new water lines in
99,
98
2000,
decent.
the water lines were all replaced from the mains to the curb stops or meter pits, whichever. But from that point in was the personal side of it, so some of them are older, but I've not run into anything that was galvanized in the last 2 or 3 years.
Oh, that's good.
So, you know, most
I'll be
of
right
it's
with
been
you, Mark.
replaced somewhere along the line.
Cal?
Yeah, to Connie's point, and Anthony mentioned it a little bit earlier, that, you know, we're focused on the treatment plant and the lagoon right now, but after we get that done, we're gonna be kind of working back up the system and addressing all of these issues, getting Jones pipe fixed. And like he said, on these older lines, we may be able to use a lining, which basically you just shoot a chemical in a sock up there, right? You know how that works. So, you know, I mean, I appreciate you letting us know about it and not letting us forget about it, because it is easy to do with all the things that we got going on. But yeah, I mean, and I know it's kind of been a long time coming too. So, you know, thanks for your patience, and then also thank you for bringing it to our attention and making sure we don't drop it.
Okay. Thank you.
Mark?
just out of curiosity, not to sound like a jerk, generally if it's on the customer side of the meter, is the town paying for this repair?
No, I am.
Okay,
No, that's my deal.
sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Absolutely. It was on my side of the meter, so it is at my expense.
And that's what you run into with the sewer also. I mean,
Yes.
depending on how the ordinance reads now, it's been changed a couple of different times, but basically speaking, the town owns the mains, and unfortunately, some people live on the wrong side of the street. So the sewer's on one side and the water's on the other side. So you're gonna get caught one way or the other, either on the water side or the sewer side, physically crossing the street to where the mains are. And the ordinance has been changed in the past to take care of everything that's in the streets. And then it was rescinded and then brought back in again, and, you know, so back in the day, you know, but the sewer lines themselves, the mains are in very good shape for their age.
Right.
Pace remarks about that every time they're in there. And so the saddle that's on the main, and from that point to the house is the customer's responsibility. So the way the ordinance is written, it leaves a pretty gray area. Except it does say that, you know, it is the town's responsibility. So
I still believe, my own belief is that if it is underneath the street, it is the town's responsibility. Because in my opinion, I don't have any control over who drives on that street or what they do in that street. None. So why should I be responsible for that? And I know that's not how most cities are. But let's move on from that, because that could be another big discussion. So, all right. So, Dan, do you have anything with streets?
No, other than I know there's been comment of a citizen being involved with the board on streets, which I just want to set the record straight that I am being contracted to repair the streets and work on the streets, and then also allowed to volunteer. And I have not submitted an invoice because we're still continuing to work on them, and I went above and beyond on the work too, is what it was, just to be on a volunteer basis. So I will continue to do that. I appreciate your patience, and then the weather has been a circumstance in the nature, of course. As things get into a better position, I will readdress situations and go after them and stay ahead of it so we don't get a problem. And then I will want to get with Shanna and then whoever else is second on the streets to address some stuff that needs to happen this spring on Ferguson Street, North 2nd, Whitney, 2nd Street itself, as far as crack sealing, chip sealing,
Okay.
things that need to happen to save a lot of money.
Okay. Thank you. All right. That brings us to finance officer.
And, the monthly financials will be next meeting. I do have a couple things for the department updates. First thing I want to do is, so I did a calendar. Will you pass that down? So this is the calendar just with the board meeting dates, and then it shows the holidays, special meetings, work sessions. But the only thing, Linda and I did look at this a little bit yesterday. As far as the meetings, they're generally the first and the third Tuesday, but like this next one is February. The 17th is a holiday, so we thought about maybe switching that meeting from the 18th to the 19th. That'd be up to you guys. The other thing in June, since the election is June 3rd, and we're doing our election here in Hermosa, so I would prefer to move that meeting to the 4th, so we have time to count those ballots that night and not interfere with the meeting. And then the other was in September. The September 1st is Labor Day, And we thought about maybe moving those meetings from the 2nd and 16th to the 9th and the 23rd. Just wanted to get your guys' opinions on
Sounds
what you
good to
think of
me.
that.
Works for Donna, okay?
Works for me.
Works for Shanna
Sounds good.
and Aaron and Cal.
Okay,
Okay,
perfect.
there we go.
Um,
This will get posted on,
yes, I'll put
The
it on the
website?
website. Yep.
Okay,
Yep,
thank
put it out
you.
there so everybody knows.
It's like, it's right in here, let's not throw it away, okay?
And then if we do update anything, I'll make new ones. But,
okay,
the second thing I had was I did get an email from Jason at the Chronicle. They're doing their April Progress Edition. And if we have anything that we want to include, he said, of course he knows about our wastewater treatment plant and that. But if there's anything else you guys want to be, let me know so we can.
and when do we need that by?
Well, it goes out in April, Laura. How soon would they need that?
We are short-staffed right now,
Okay.
so the faster that we can get them, the faster we can work on them.
Perfect.
Basically, we're wanting to start getting articles churned out, like, now.
No, okay.
Okay,
So
all right, thanks.
if anybody has anything for that.
Okay.
Do we want to mention our second TIF?
And then the other thing was, so Trina's been working on the new website, and I had sent her one recording, and she put it on. So we have a YouTube channel that we can use, and she put it on. I've got a picture of it up here. But she said with this program she's using, it's showing this up here, and she said in order to get rid of that, we'd have to pay $9 a month to subscribe to this. Is that what? But Aaron may have some different ideas.
We've got OBS Studio installed on that. The same we're gonna use for the meetings, recording and broadcasting. And you can take pre-recorded files and upload them just as easy. And it's open source.
And those
No
could be
cost.
uploaded to our YouTube thing, so
Yeah.
so maybe we don't need that. So
And it's
Anyway.
audio, sound filtration, everything. I could actually run it through a filter and make the recordings sound better before we upload them.
okay. Trina had just asked for me to ask you guys about that,
Okay.
so I will get with her on that.
I give her my number.
I'll give her your number.
Thanks.
Okay. And then the last thing, I did have a young lady call me needing some community service hours and wanting to know if we would have anything available for her. I did try to call her back today to find out how old she was, and I did leave her a message, but she didn't call me back. I'm guessing she's younger than 18, but I don't know that for sure, but because I know that would limit on some of the things she could do. But anyway, I don't know if you guys have ever done that before. I just said I would check and get back to her. But she has 10 hours.
She can do it at my house.
She has 10 hours to complete, and so if we have anything that she could do.
Now, we have done that in the past, but,
flag?
oh,
It's
what?
only 10 hours, so I need somebody.
Oh,
like
She
you
only
around.
needs the flag for like
Oh, like
special
10
day.
hours total.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
no, she just, has 10 hours to serve, and then she's,
Maybe crossing guard?
Well, that would be, this, through the school. And we could direct her to the school.
Or trash pickup in the ditch.
Well, that's exactly what I mentioned. However, I don't know that we can do that anymore with the minor, because the big thing with the DOT on their right-of-ways is that needles and all the liquor bottles and stuff. And so I wouldn't think we would want a young woman being out there doing that, and I don't think it would be proper. And I don't know if it's legal, but in the past, they have rode along with our officer. We've had that,
That's
but we
strange.
don't have an officer now, and I don't know that that would be legal with the way the
Yeah.
world is now either. You
Filled
know?
with newsletters back when we had to fold them and staple them ourselves.
Yeah, right. Kent.
Rapid City has like they call it cadet program, for high school kids that are interested in law enforcement or whatever reason would like to, writing a paper even, to ride along. So I know it's not an unusual thing to
Okay.
have a minor riding along.
Okay. Anything else? Any board members? Can you think of anything that would be that we need done, that,
Guess it depends
Stay in
on.
the deck steps.
there you go. This,
Do that?
when the weather gets nicer, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that's just it. How long does she have to do this? I mean, you
Yeah,
know.
well, she probably wants to get it
I
over
think
with.
she wants to get it done, so.
Cal,
How about just doing a little bit of grounds maintenance around here, pulling weeds and planting flowers and whatever else.
I was gonna say plant.
well, yeah, can't plant for a while here, but
Yeah.
If the office
Do the
staff
windows need washing?
needs the ordinance books updated, there should always be like 2 full updated ordinance books.
And Jill, I think, just
did all
did all
that.
that, so, but, I mean, I do have a few things downstairs that I took downstairs that need to be put away in the file cabinets, and I thought I could have somebody,
Oh,
Do
Safety
that, 'cause-
Saturday, do you have bikes or anything that need to be
Anything need
put
digitized?
together,
We're
or
not having that this year.
pamphlets or anything? You're not doing that this year?
yeah, I don't know, I guess
Deb,
we have.
Does it have to be with the town office? Could it be maybe with the library? Maybe.
well, I was gonna suggest that
George
too.
over there, maybe she can redo some of
There you
the
go.
I'm guessing
blocks or
she
something.
probably has already called, but I would direct
I
her to
can-
the school and to the library, yeah.
Cause Bird has that
Uh-huh.
book sale on Saturdays or Fridays. Maybe she could help be a volunteer for
There you
that.
go. Okay.
And I know
There you
Bird
go.
has a volunteer in there. She has volunteers.
Yeah,
does
she
that.
does, yes.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Deb,
Or the Masonic.
Or the
Sundays
Masonic.
For the pancake thing.
there you go.
Okay.
Just ideas.
Yep, great, thank you.
There.
Anybody else? All right.
I sure could use it over at my house about 10 hours.
Yeah, you do too.
And then as far as we had talked about having somebody do the flag, the person we talked about last time, I did call him, he's not interested. It's not, he wants to be committed to something, year round like that, so I'm just gonna leave that pending for now, get some more thoughts on.
Do we have a Boy Scout group in Hermosa? One time we did, many times we haven't.
I don't know
Well-
if we do right now.
Right now, 4-H?
Yes, we have 4-Hers. Call Valina.
Okay.
Well, her kids probably aren't 4-Hers
No,
anymore.
not.
But
Well,
she
you
might
can be,
know. I
you
don't
can be
know.
a 4-H till you graduate.
Yeah. Cause I know there's 4-H groups.
4-H, okay,
Check on that.
okay.
Cause Phil has that fruit and meat thing list down there, so somebody must have dropped that off for him.
Okay,
That's a 4-H program.
okay. Well, that'll give me some ideas, so.
I don't wanna sound shitty, I guess is the word, but isn't there a website or something you can sign up on to give you alerts if you're supposed to?
Yeah, we used to
put it
get them at the
half-fast-
county, and I think it
half-fast?
came through the governor's office, so I just need to figure that out.
Cause it doesn't happen very often.
No.
So as long as you
No.
get your alert in time, you could probably
Yeah.
find someone of us, board members or office, to come
Yeah,
Move the
those,
flag.
but
move the flag.
poles are a little different. They have little
Yeah,
pins in the ends. You push in, and then you twist it down, and there's like,
like a little back
and there's a thing inside that's plastic. So if it doesn't hook, I mean, those get broken sometimes if they don't, if it falls, So
And when it's this cold,
yeah, and that's why it's still at half staff because I haven't. It's too
That's
cold
all
to
right.
go to it.
okay.
So, but it's supposed to warm up, so I'm hoping to get out there.
Yes.
So, well, as long as we have notice and somebody's available that knows how to work
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
Okay.
Joe,
Have you checked with the American Legion on just not one person, but any available person that day needs to be done?
Cause they must have somebody that does
You
theirs.
know,
Yeah.
the American Legion keep track of the day and have a rotating schedule of people that might wanna do that.
well, and that being said, if we offered to pay, they're always looking for funding,
Absolutely, donations are-
and maybe somebody down there would volunteer for it for a minimal
Absolutely.
wage or,
Okay.
it's a good idea. Thank
Like in
you.
Rapid City, I don't know what it is now, but it used to be, like $100 a year donation for the Boy Scouts. I'm sure, that's probably changed over the years, but it's still minimal.
Okay, thank you. Anything else from finance?
That's all I have.
That's all you got. That brings us to old business. Update on the FEMA brick DTA grant.
So, in your packet, I believe you have my minutes. You have pictures of the generator. You have aerials of the 5 locations that Anthony has said we need, along with the pads, the cement pads, where that would go. And you also had a copy of the grant submittal letter. So I'm not gonna go on to them too long. But it was a long meeting, had a lot of decisions and deciding what we needed. Our action items at the end were to put the generator project on the town board agenda for tonight for approval, to apply and to sign the commitment letter. Environmental impact letters, which are not needed yet. Provide the draft scope of work, language for the generator, which actually Katie has done for us. Provide site-specific maps, which Anthony did, and schedule our next meeting, which I believe is Thursday. So, cutting to the chase, this meeting is basically asking you to sign our letter of commitment. Even though the letter itself says Hermosa pays 10%, I have been assured by Jim Poppin and Blair both that they will be paying that 10% for us. So it's no cost. FEMA pays the 90% should we be awarded the grant. The other thing I'm sure you probably all heard about, that FEMA has sent out a notice of pause on funding and everything. That I talked to 2 different people at Region 8, and they say that it's not going to affect us. I had an email this morning stating the same thing from FEMA.gov. So I think we're safe on that, but as we've seen in the past few weeks, things can change with the government mighty fast. But for now, we're good. We need this submitted by the 14th. I did have an email which I will forward to Terry and Jill both, unless you received it too, on changes to FEMA.gov for submitting and for quarterly reporting and whatnot. They have some updates on how to do it. I'll forward you that.
Okay.
So that you have that to reference. So I guess if you have questions, otherwise, I'm just here to ask you to sign. Yes.
Do you know where these generators came from?
Where they're coming from?
Yeah, because it looks like they're used.
No, I think it was just a picture of a generator the size he wanted. I don't think this is the physical one he's
I
trying.
see. So they're just, so he must have taken them off of a site that is advertising them for sale then, but they're only meant for illustration purposes.
I'm assuming that. I did not ask him.
We'll put that on Thursday's list of questions.
Yeah, because he can't pick them up now. I mean, we're looking at it a year away.
Yeah.
So by the time you go through all the steps that the government has, so it's not like that same one would be in stock anyway. I'm sure it's just a picture for reference.
Okay.
Anything else?
I would entertain a motion to approve President to sign the letter of commitment for the FEMA brick funding.
So moved.
Shanna makes a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Donna seconds it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Motion passed. C, act on Hermosa Connect's request for funding that was withdrawn. I think that's just a matter of acknowledging that they have withdrawn their letter asking for future, didn't it say future?
Well, they wanted, so that $6,000 that they were asking for, that
For
we
the
were gonna
study?
wait for the daycare study,
Yeah.
they actually got that money. They were able to raise it. So Dan Martin had just stopped in and said we needed to follow up with our motion stating that we were gonna consider that once we got that study back. But they've got the $12,000 now, so.
Good for them. It's good, yeah, good to hear that they
Yep.
raised it.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we can help
Aaron?
in another way
It kind of
after the
seems
fact.
like there's absolutely nothing we need to do.
And just acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Acknowledge the letter that we received the letter from them, that's all. So, done.
Okay.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, I just wonder if we need to rescind that motion. Do we need to, or?
I don't think so,
It's
do we,
just a
Ken?
motion to reconsider after the study was done, so.
Okay. All right.
No, I don't.
Okay, thank
It's
you.
done and paid for, they.
Okay, we've acknowledged it. D, the loading area for the yard waste dumpsters. Shanna?
This was me, and I guess I didn't notice it wasn't under new business. I'm not sure why it's under old business. My bad. Was that when
Because
we
I
were
think
doing
you
the
had
agenda?
asked for it on a previous meeting, then you
You weren't
weren't
here.
here, so.
You weren't here
we
to
had
discuss,
a-
it was on an agenda, but you were
Yeah.
not here at the meeting.
I
So,
just requested this.
But
By
you had-
text, that's
you
the
had-
last meeting.
Because you had texted Linda, because you sent it to me. and-
at
I
any
don't
rate,
know. Anyway,
at any
That's why I
rate.
had it under oath.
I'm not an
So-
artist, so I couldn't come up with anything, but I think it would be extremely beneficial and something that we could do for our citizens that we've heard numerous complaints about. And it just jerks my heart every time I see an elderly person trying to lift these big, huge branches out of their truck and into the yard waste. You physically can't, I couldn't, I'm way too short to do it. And we've heard complaints, I mean, I've been gone for 10 years and I was here for 10 years, so 20 years at least. Can we do something about it? And my thought was, since we have the extra gravel, we have this fill dirt, perhaps we could buy some railroad ties from Dan to gradually build that up into a slope of 1.5 feet.
Like a ramp.
Yeah, on the sides and in between the two, where the 2 yard waste dumpsters are. And then perhaps where the dumpsters are sitting, grade down 1 foot or 1.5 feet so that it's kind of opposite. They're setting them in there and they're lower and we're driving up and it's a little higher. So that gives us about a 3 foot difference. Something to that effect. I'm no engineer, but it's gotta be something simple we can do.
What I do.
I
Go
mean, we
ahead.
can't have something where they drive off. at
Right,
the
no,
end.
that's becomes the problem.
So the gravel would
Mhm.
have to be gradually uphill and back downhill for where they're driving, but perhaps where they drop them off and park them in the slots could be, as long as they're taking it and putting it right back and not leaving it open to drive off of, unless it's blocked off with a railroad tie by 2 feet or something.
If it would have to have fencing then too. Chuck?
What really should be done there is a ramp that is portable on wheels or something, because they don't put the dumpsters exactly back in the same place when they
Well,
do
if
them.
the spots
so
were there, they would
If
have.
there was, it'd have to be ramps, not steps, because I don't know if you've ever tried to carry a garbage can up steps.
I didn't
That
say
don't work.
steps.
So it'd have to be a ramp that they could physically get these garbage cans up to the point, dump them. There'd have to be a platform and a ramp, so they could walk up
Fence.
the ramp on the platform, dump it in, and
He's talking
I
about a
think
ramp up
something
to
could
the
be
yard waste dumpster. I'm
manufactured
talking
in
vehicle.
myself.
Two
That
different
would,
things.
that would suffice for that.
Okay. Aaron?
I think, I understand what you're looking at, but I think driving a vehicle up a ramp is the kind of liability that we don't really want.
Get the one
I'm
tire
not-
over too far.
He's talking ramp to walk them up.
No.
I'm talking build up the area with the gravel
For
and
vehicles
fill.
to drive up.
Well, where it's wide enough, you're driving up and down the slope, not like a ramp that you're going to fall off of.
But then you're gonna have kids
Yeah.
riding their bicycle on it.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta
Yeah.
do something.
Skateboarding and something.
Well, I know, but there's also,
Can you dig down?
liability issues.
I mean, where they get parked, dig down deeper so that they're buried deeper, so that they're not as tall when you drive up next to them. And then bury them in with the railroad ties plus 2 or 3 feet so that people can't
I see what you're
drive
saying.
into them,
Dan?
so they're caved out.
I appreciate your heart in a good spot, but none of them are real feasible because number one, when you're pushing them down, you're gonna always have something in the way. And anybody bringing stuff, even the cannons, if it's a situation, they use a little step ladder. And that way they get up in their truck to throw the stuff into it. And then likewise, if they need to put a step ladder along the dumpster, they do that, and lean it against it, walk up, dump it over. Even Kenny Fortune, you know, when it comes to that. So they've all learned their ways to adapt, and Chuck is right as far as they never set them in the same spot. And the angles they have them now are good, and so if you did ever try to build anything up, you're gonna totally have a disruption there. They're gonna be tearing stuff apart because they're never easy about bringing stuff in or out. And like I say, when I push them down, I come from both sides. And whenever anybody, or if I happen to catch, I mean, I let people put stuff in the loader and take it up and over. And it seems that Cannons and a few of the older ones, Kenny Fortune and them, actually let me know when they're headed over there so I can come over with the loader and help them put stuff in. Pretty much everybody else has really got it worked out in good shape, so I think you'd almost create more of a liability. If you did anything like that, as what Aaron said, you know, I think you'd get somebody driving off, even in a build-up, and on a ramp. If you had somebody fall off of a ladder system like Chuck is talking, then you got a liability. And I think the system that we have has been there over 20 years, has worked well. And it's easy and functional.
This is something where I think that if we could find somebody to volunteer to help people with that.
But how
Well,
you,
it's sad that they have to hire
maybe they could have a
people
senior citizen.
to haul it
drop
down
off
there
there.
because they can't do it and they can't.
I'm for that.
That sounds good.
I said, maybe we have a designated day that senior citizens know they can gonna have help at the dumpsters.
But we
Great
still need
idea.
the volunteers to be there to help them.
Oh, I know, it's always a catch to it.
Yeah, there always is, yeah. So, is the Hermosa Connect still having volunteers to help? Is there anybody, anybody know? Nobody knows. Okay,
Well, we're getting into spring and summer. It's
let's-
just something to think about. We're
let's-
gonna
yeah.
have a cleanup and I hate seeing them try to do it.
well, I can't
If
do
it
it.
can't be done, it can't be done,
Yeah, I
but
can't do it, but
if we
I
have
have
the
lawns,
means.
so.
Yeah, I don't have one anymore, and then I can't do it, so I'm gonna have to pay someone to do it.
Stand up, I'm getting Charlie horse.
What?
I said, I'm gonna stand up, I'm getting Charlie horse.
Let's do some more thinking about this and see if we can't find some volunteers. And like you said, maybe a day for, if we can find a volunteer, 4 hours a day on whatever, a Wednesday or whatever, to help
could
senior
advertise
Senior
citizens.
Citizen Day on Wednesday.
Senior
like-
Citizen Day or whatever.
Advertise it in the newsletter, you know, a couple months, what day those are gonna be, those chosen days for that month.
Right, right, good idea. Okay.
So what's the first day you wanna volunteer, Dan?
Pardon?
You'd see him raise his hand.
He said they know to call him and he'll come help, so I'm volunteering him to volunteer again.
All right, let's go to E.
We can remove that if you want.
Okay.
Leave it pending. I mean, I just wanted to talk about it and see where we're all at.
Okay. E, approve resolution 03-2025 sewer rate structure.
Okay, this was the one where we did the 10% increase on the sewer rates. The only question I had was those gallons that are in excess of 20,000. Those rates down there. Not sure how you want to handle that. I did have Jill do a report, and I think that's what you guys got. There's only like 3 commercial businesses that typically go over that 20,000 gallons a month, so it doesn't affect a lot of our customers.
And it's commercial.
And they're all commercial, yep.
So we need to approve this, is that what we need to do?
Yeah, but we need to, and you want that on, underneath where all the rates are, where it says each 1,000 gallons thereafter shall be calculated at the rate of, I did not change that from the previous one, cause I wasn't sure what you guys wanted to make that.
Is there anything about how that was calculated? They're weird values.
So if you look, you got, this is, so that's the same as the current, and if you go back to the old one, like the first one for the in-town residential went from $1.25 to $1.50. Whereas, you know, the rates went from $21 for the first 3,000 gallons to $31.
Yeah, so it's
So
not
that-
like,
so was it-
there's
yeah.
not some underlying math here, it's just,
I don't know how, anyway, so.
Um,
I think we were just wanting it to be either 50 or
Right,
you know.
just something.
even dollar amounts instead of 13 cents,
Right,
you know?
right.
Something like that. I think it was
that's what
just,
it is, like 13.
yeah, it's just,
I mean, that one went up a quarter, and then the next one went up $1,
mhm.
and then the next one went up $2. The next two, so.
So, all right.
Oh, just try to.
is it
Yes.
pretty good leaving it how it is? Is there?
Well, it just needs to be close to the same percentage as far as I'm concerned. If the rate increase was 10% for one thing, it should be close to the 10% for the other. If it was 50%, it needs to be 50% or close, you know,
Yeah, rounded to the
rounded to the, right,
next half or quarter dollar,
right,
dime, whatever.
so.
Like 2,468. Some numbers. $1.50 to 2. 3.50 to 4.
Just a percentage, whatever it is. It's 10%, right? Was the raise that we decided to
Yep.
take.
That's
So,
what up
just-
above.
Yep,
So we just wanted,
just,
so that would be, the first one would be from $1.50 to $1.65, and then it'd go $3.50 to $3.85. And then $5.75, that's gonna be the weird one, $6.32.5, so.
650.
6.50,
650.
and then the $6.50 to, 7.15, but you wanna do 7.25?
As far as I'm concerned, it should either be zeros, 25, 50, 75
So,
to 0. None of
And
the,
these 32 cents.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, at this time it was either,
Then your 10% becomes more like 30 or 40. If you
right.
go from $1.50 up to $1.75.
right.
I'm okay with the 65 and 85, just so we're not dealing with pennies. But then maybe the 7 should just stay at 7 instead of 7.25. Does that put us over or under?
Cal, opinion?
Seems like we're overthinking it.
I know. Let's just do it.
7.50?
So when does this increase go in effect?
Well, that's the other thing, I mean, the $12.80 is gonna go into effect on the February bills, so we'll be doing in a couple weeks here. So I don't know if you, I mean, we haven't put anything out about this yet, so I don't know if you wanna,
When was it needed to go into effect?
well,
It-
it'd be, yeah.
oh,
We're
I-
just doing interest for the first however many years, so this first 10% was
Okay,
not
that's
a
right.
necessity. We just wanted to get ahead of the game, I think.
Well,
By
the
a
part of
year,
this was the 600,000
build a
that we,
cushion.
Yeah, we
What's
had,
that?
I
this is
thought
from
we,
our $600,000 loan that we're trying to
I thought it
make
had
the
to
money,
be
because
by
our first
December
payment will be
or
June,
October.
and it'll be like almost a $20,000 payment.
In
And that's
June.
for
We have to
$100
apply for this
But
by
that's a
June.
total increase.
We
will
pay
be
that twice a year.
Right.
So that 600,000 that we bought or that we borrowed for the wastewater treatment plant, we make 2 payments a year, and they
And
add
our
up
first one
to,
is June.
yeah, I think it's like 20,000, 26,000.
So are we adding up to the 10%
Before
and
that it was,
however making it to the next nickel
2.5% a year.
or the next
Yeah, that's how, I
nickel.
guess I was just confused
So-
without Anthony here. I thought he had said that the 10% was basically to build a cushion, but the rate increase of the, what was the other one? Was it the 1280? That we're adding the surcharge is what actually covers the loan. So that's going into effect already in February. That's what's gonna cover us for our payment in June.
let's see if we go
And then we're doing 10% and then 5% every year after that, or a cost of living increase of 3% or something each year after.
So the 1280, I think we figured 264
February bill.
users times 12, that gets us 40,550. And our payment's gonna be it's gonna be a little bit more than that. It's gonna be like 46. So I think we needed both of these to cover that.
So March.
Yeah, we
Can
can, I
we
mean,
get
'cause
it?
you wanna give a little notice.
Yeah.
I mean,
So can we
So March
table
is a-
this
March
until
An
is a-
next
increase on the
meeting,
February
and then
bill and another
do we
increase
need
on
to
the
have
March
a
bill?
decision tonight?
pardon me?
Do we need to have a decision
Yeah,
tonight?
we do.
Well, even if you're a little short on the January, or the June bill, doesn't mean that you won't have the cushion for it for your December bill,
Right.
Right.
when you start charging for
Right,
it.
yes,
So
Yeah.
if you're increasing February's bill this month, I think I would give at least a notice on the
April.
back of the bill that it's going to go up again 3 months from now, or
Yeah.
2 months, whatever it is.
I agree. I think we need a little.
I'm not coming in to answer phones.
So-
I mean, how much will
3
the
months.
total increase
Well, if
be?
you use I mean, quite a few of our people are that 3,000. They don't go over so it's gonna go from $31 to $34.10 plus the 1280. So it's gonna increase
So 16.
16, yeah,
Roughly.
$16.90 a month. Yep.
Starting in February?
Well,
No.
No.
if that would be once we get both of these on the bill. For
So-
February, you're certainly gonna see that $12.80.
So then by June, we should only
Yeah.
see an increase of $16 and
Well,
something.
it'd be another $3.10.
$3 more than what.
So total is gonna be $16.90.
Yeah.
So
And that includes the
that would be
first-
the 10% and the 1280.
So I would say that we need to increase or to inform the
Yeah, we need to get
citizens
notice.
and give them too much notice, 3 months notice,
At least 2,
at least 2.
3 bills. I don't know.
Months notice.
Well,
So
they knew it was
You
coming.
usually
but-
get a notice from the electric company in September, right? It's the last
I
quarter.
don't know.
That's my feeling on it. Then if you start charging in May, you've at least started that fund
Okay.
before the June payment.
Exactly.
So you can have it on your report that we're at least charging it.
So it's Richard.
So the increase in their bill comes on their May bill,
Okay.
and until then there will be
We'll put it on the back of
notifications
the-
and yes,
Get it out in the newsletter. Okay.
yes.
And what did we decide for sure on the amounts on the bottom? You just want to do the 10%? So,
Well, I think we have to just forget about the 0, 25, 50 because as the amount grows, that amount grows too, you know. So I think we just are gonna have to go with the straight 10%.
okay.
And if it comes up with a penny at the end, it comes up with a penny at the end. That's just the way it is.
So you just want
I
to do
mean,
10% on all of them?
yep.
Regardless. So,
Yep.
okay.
Speaking of pennies, didn't I hear something about the pennies going away?
Oh,
Yeah, you heard? Okay, thank you. So, hit me
To
then.
get rid of the pennies?
Yeah,
It
that's,
costs $2 and
yeah,
it costs way more to make.
way
the
more
penny
to
than
make
the
them,
penny's
yes.
worth.
Well, and that's been over almost 30 years. When I was driving a truck, we picked up pennies in the Tennessee plant that made them and took them to the Denver Mint. And at that time, it already was costing more to make a penny than the penny was worth. And the laser thin amount of copper they now put on that penny, as thin as they could make it, and it was still costing more to make a penny than, so. Sorry,
interesting.
taking, yeah, I thought it was when I went through the tour of the place, and it was very interesting.
Yeah, so
But
I'm-
anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got that figured out then. We're going to straight 10% across the board on everything. There will be notification on the following bills in February's bill, March bill, and the increase will be on the May bill.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, can I have a motion in that effect?
I make that motion.
Donna makes a motion?
Yeah, that Linda just said.
I'm just trying to clarify things. Do I have a second to that motion?
I'll second.
Aaron seconds it. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
I feel
Aye.
horrible
Aye.
doing this.
Aye.
Originally, aye. It has to be done, I know.
Yeah, it does have to be
It's the
done.
only way.
It's a shame, but it is the way it is. All right, new business. Assignment of Sanders Sanitation's contract to Waste Connectors of South Dakota. For those of you that don't know, the only thing that has happened is that Sanders has sold 2 Waste Connections of South Dakota is the name of the new company, the new owners. And our contract has only got a couple more months left on it.
It expires April 1st.
So on April 1st, then we can take other bids from other companies and,
Don't they have that, isn't that what the Rapid City uses now, waste something or another?
can't tell you, don't know.
Who's Sanders selling to? I'm sorry.
Waste
It's-
Connections of South Dakota is the name.
Government owned?
Don't know. Don't know. But
Then we're
I'm
gonna have
sure
to go
we'll
out to
find
bid
out
because-
more.
Yeah.
We'll have to go
I
out
don't
to
wanna sign a
bid.
contract with somebody I don't know who they are. Right?
Well, This is, they're willing to meet the contract as it is, and the contract, ends in April. So then we can go through everything.
So they'll send them a
They'll-
negotiation
yep.
by then.
Yep.
Guess we can't do anything else about it.
Can I ask the audience, citizens here, how they feel about the garbage service?
It's been all
Fine
right
with
for
me.
Is that all right?
No issues?
I think they've done a fairly good job. The complaints, some of the worst complaints that we've had in the past have been that the truck drivers drive on the grass and break
Like the
down
road.
the road there. And I think they've done a very good job with that. We haven't had many complaints at all. Chuck?
I think the biggest complaint is people don't know when they're coming. Thursday is the day, but if it happens to be a holiday
Yeah.
involved and
Holiday
they
of the
just
week.
can't get it through their head that Friday is the day the garbage goes out.
And the girls, there's a chart
Yeah, we have
that
a
they can
calendar.
pick
I
up
have one
at
of
the
them on my
office
Fridge.
so that they know. So you can put it on your fridge. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I think it was last week or something, like, we seen the calendar, and it was
It
supposed
had
to be that
Thursday,
and
but-
that
Yeah,
Friday.
but they-
it
was a
had to
snow
come
day.
Friday, yeah.
Oh.
So
Well, I think
there's
that Monday
some
was a holiday, but maybe not a holiday for
confusions at
everybody.
times.
Still
Yeah,
some
that's what it
confusion.
was. I think
Because on the
dumpster,
calendar, it still said they were supposed to pick up that Thursday.
dump was
Okay.
closed.
So
Oh, the trucks
everybody else
went-
had
yeah,
the
so
garbage
they went
cans,
out.
and I don't know how it is on everybody else's street, but there's times like even mine is so full, and I can't just keep moving it back and forth.
Yeah. No.
And so, it's just, I mean, it's a little more communication, like if they actually call off on snow days or something, then we as citizens should be like, okay, if it's a bad weather day, you as a citizen need to know that they're probably not going to come. Because otherwise, we're looking at the calendar wondering,
Yeah.
it says they're supposed to be here, why are they not
You can
here?
design a phone
So-
tree with an automated message we can send out. Garbage day has changed this week.
Ooh, wouldn't that be nice?
Hermosa app. We're gonna have a Hermosa app.
Schools do that.
You bet.
Yeah,
We
it's
should
worth
have
checking
Hermosa
into.
app.
Well, I have Sanders Sanitation. I live in Hill City, and there you can choose to either go with whoever you want. And I get text messages if my driver's running late.
Really?
How nice.
Yeah, it's,
Well, then they
Whoa.
might
yeah,
want
so
to do
it's
that.
possible, so I don't know if it's
Oh.
because the town has the contract, that that's why it's different, but
They
we
might
can
do
look
it.
They don't
into
have
We'll
their
that.
check
individual
into that,
customers.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
but
see,
yeah,
I lived in
I,
Hill City before here, and we
Yeah.
always had.
So maybe it's as simple as giving them the customer info.
mhm,
Okay,
yeah, it's.
we'll check into that.
Okay.
Chuck?
Another huge problem is that people do not sack their garbage in time.
Well,
So
and
they pick it up and dump it, and there goes the paper.
yes, and that is in the contract that all garbage is supposed to be sacked.
Exactly.
In the dumpster. I mean, you can't just throw a whatever singly in the garbage. It's supposed to be sacked.
They need to be tied.
Right.
Because when they get to the dump and then dump them, then it's just 20 times worse than picking up one that, and I see the garbage can standing this much high above.
Yes.
None of it's sacked, cardboard, whatever they got, TV, something.
Right.
Right.
So then
I'll
we'll
get over that.
address this with the new contract in April and make sure that those things are put in the newsletter and posted when we sign the new contract with them, and we will check and see if we can get some sort of a text message or something going on for that too. All right.
I'm sorry, did that mean that we were going to be requesting bids from other?
In April.
In April?
In April, yes.
So this is just basically, they're just assigning their contract that they have with us currently, so from
Just
now
taking
till
till the
April
end?
first.
Is it
Yeah.
until April
Till
1st, so
April
we need a
1st.
new contract in place by April 1st?
Yeah.
That's
So we'll
only
have to
2
start-
meetings.
That'll
Okay,
be
2 meetings in
March's
March.
meeting.
Yep.
Mhm. And we'll invite the companies to make their proposals and come to the meeting and present them.
I need to get that out.
Well, because that's only 3 meetings away,
Yep.
so
Yep.
it goes so fast.
Okay, so I need a motion in the effect so that we can, do I need a motion?
Mhm.
Yes, okay.
Cause I need a signature.
A signature on the,
On their- Yep,
the
on the assignment.
finishing assignment contract for Waste Connections of South Dakota.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Aaron and Shanna,
Yep.
thank you very much. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion's carried. Shanna, I think you said aye.
Yep, aye.
Okay, thank you. All right. Program for board members to attend meetings electronically. How are we coming on that?
Set up, right? Discord's installed, we have
Discord
a
is-
town account, all we need to do is, anybody needs to set up a Discord account, but then we can link right with them and.
Okay,
So if I were to text and say I need to attend online tonight, you could send me the invite code?
Yeah, you generate them an email, you, open Discord, make a new server quick, gives you a link, you send it out in an email to anybody
Okay.
who wants to join, and it's,
I already have Discord, so I'm just wondering how to get the link, but just like regular.
yeah, yep, once you're in there, there's chat rooms per se, where it's just open mic, but you can do video calls, you can do.
and this at this time is just for board members. So we can
Yeah.
work out the kinks, so to speak.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that when we have people who want to give presentations on different, like we did that recent software, I wouldn't be surprised if you ask them, do you have Discord? They'll probably say yes,
Okay,
especially if they're in the software industry, because it's better.
okay,
It's
very
free.
good. Thank you, Aaron.
So if
So maybe
board
we can-
members and perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
So can we do like a test with,
Contractors,
Presenters.
presenters,
Yeah.
contractors, employees.
so we can, I think we'll do a test to make sure it works
Yeah.
before a regular meeting.
Okay.
If that works, so
Joan,
Aaron will have to kind of.
Number one, I couldn't hear what software program you were talking about, Aaron? What's the name of
Discord.
it? Pardon?
Discord?
Discord, okay.
Yeah.
And I just do want to mention that from the meetings I've attended with the county, with the state, and with FEMA Region 8, the standard is Zoom. So if we needed to initiate a meeting of our own with another community, it would, they most likely wouldn't have that software downloaded, because the standard right now for government entities is Zoom.
Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you, Erin, for that. C, the purchase of the Vector sewer cleaning truck from Hill City. What do we know about that?
I didn't get up there yet. I
Did
need
we
to talk
send
to
a,
Anthony.
did we send an appraisal, weren't we?
That was, Anthony was gonna
Anthony
check into that, and he did not give us an update on that. I will check into that. I will call Anthony tomorrow and see what we can, yes, dear.
The other way, we could just tell them, hey, we'll give you, if you just give
Yeah, I
it to
thought
us,
that's
we'll
what we
give
were
you
gonna
whatever.
just offer them.
Yeah, they were seeing, like, I thought Anthony was gonna see what they want.
Correct.
Why don't we just make an offer? Like, here's what we'll
Did
give
you
it to you.
get a
let's
chance
make
to
this
go
happen.
look at it? You said you were gonna go.
No, I haven't gotten up there. But from what it sounds like, the collection gauges, it functions, but it's on its last legs. It's
Well, the clutch itself is that they extended all the way out.
right.
So that has to be replaced in order to get the thickness back on the plate. And
Did it build back? Did it build vacuum though?
it still works, yeah.
Yeah. So it's nothing catastrophic.
And they put around $8,000 in it prior to us being up there and looking at it. And like I mentioned last meeting, that, you know, Lead is thrown their hat in the ring, so, you know.
I will, like I said, I'll call Anthony. Well, we could call him right now, probably. Let me do that.
While you're doing that, can I back up to the Zoom thing a bit?
Sure.
I mean, we heard the comment. I guess the town does have an account with Zoom because we've used the free hour before. So should it come down to a meeting that's required with the state or another community or something, at least we already have the sign-in information, and we could look at it at that time if it was something that was going to run more than an hour, maybe just on a per month, or a 30-day
And
free
then-
trial or something that we could get through that meeting, because we do have the sign-on information. So at least Discord is, saving us monthly on it. It's not costing our citizens anything to allow a board member to attend online or a presenter to present something online. So that's a bonus. I was just thinking about that. We do have the account, so we could use it if needed.
Okay. Good, thank you.
Yeah.
Got a minute? Okay, I'm gonna put you on speakerphone. We're still in meeting here, and we're at the purchase of the Vector sewer cleaning truck. What did you find out about that?
Well, it's still for sale. Hill City still knows we want to buy it. They're still kind of sitting at 25 or best offer. I told them that it's like 4 inches too high for that building we got there, but we got to work something out. So it's really just a matter of how we fund that, because they won't let us take it from the Lagoon / ARPA grant that we have. So, because equipment wasn't in the application, so we just have to find another source to see if we can fund that, and then get a proposal to them. So.
Okay, and you say Lead's in the mix here now. What do you feel we should offer them?
I mean, I'm sure that I'd like to get an idea like what the parts will cost to repair it.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna be much, because it's already operational. It's just that clutch.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think that we could probably offer them, 15 or 20 and see how that goes. But I obviously want to identify where that money's coming from. So,
It'll come from general fund,
okay.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, if we've been spending that much on cleaning sewers anyways, then that'll pay itself off. The other thing is if we're doing any rehab in the sewers, we could do the cleaning ourselves in that type of project, like we talked about earlier, that maybe we can get something started in the end of this year.
Yep.
That would save us, because they typically need to clean them before they line them, right?
Right,
So that way we can kind of do that in-house.
okay. Yeah, we have, in the line item in the budget, under repairs and maintenance, we have the money we would normally use for paying for that to get done. So,
How much is that annually?
We budgeted 35,000, and last year we paid Pace like 29,000 something. So
So technically, we could even afford to pay what they're asking, but I'm sure we could offer them 20, and it would be reasonable if we said, try to get it to 20 in the negotiations. I think that'd be the goal, right?
Okay, yeah.
However we do that.
well, yes, however, I don't wanna lose it by getting, having lead come in and say, we'll give you 29 for it, or 30, or whatever. We don't wanna lose it, because we're still,
City of Leeds
How much
interested
is
in?
it? 31? 30.
who told us that?
35,000 is what we
What?
have.
Somebody told us there was another
It's
city,
in the repairs and maintenance.
Yeah, that was at the meeting.
Chuck,
Chuck.
We paid.
Chuck told us that, yeah.
do they have to
There's
put
a-
it out to bid at 25,000?
No,
50,000.
that's up to 50 now.
Okay.
So they don't have to put it up to bid. So we don't wanna lose it, so, I mean,
Okay. So we can, if you instruct me to offer something, then I can get that going.
I'd go fit 18,
I was
work
thinking
our way
this
up
whole
to
time,
20.
I'm thinking 18.
Hey, Tony, this is Kent. In your discussions with him, I remember you had mentioned that there were first in line. It's it's up to us. All we have to do is pull the trigger. Now, if we offer something under what they're asking, because you said or best offer, is there another offer in line, like of 24 or 25, but they're holding their decision until they hear from us? Is it gonna knock, are they gonna say, okay, we've heard from you, sorry, we've got a higher bid?
I would think.
I don't know. I'm not aware of any other offer from another town. So I know that this is the last I've had a discussion with Nate Anderson, the city administrator. He said that they're getting their trailer unit, and the trailer unit was not going to get there till May. They're not using that Vector, so it can go anytime. But ideally, like in the ideal world of Hill City, if they could sell us that Vector by May, then that would be great, because then it would go to a new home, and they've got room to bring in their new trailer unit, and they're going to be doing some cleaning and stuff themselves of their system. And that was like a week ago.
okay,
So that's pretty
Can
recent.
he maybe check with this Nate again and see what's up with lead? Has he heard rumors?
yeah, would you just check into that and make sure again, and we will, at the next meeting, come up with an offer?
Okay. I'll try to feel out Nate to see what would be a reasonable thing, just speaking direct, privately with him.
Anthony.
And I know he's saying 25 or best offer. I'm going to say, do you think you guys would take 20? I mean, he's going to say, in the end, he'll always say it's up to city council, right?
Right.
So, but at least, he can kind of give us a little guidance there, knowing that they kind of want to make the deal.
I think, Anthony, really, as long as we've got overroom in our 35,000 to cover the repair on the clutch, but we're gonna want to do. It's been sitting for, you said, 4 years.
No, they were using it up until about a year ago. I think the big issue is there's only one guy with a CDL that can drive it around, and he's the public works director. So he didn't want to get tied up doing that. So
So other than the clutch, I mean, we want to do like the basics. Have somebody. oil change, fluids, stuff like that.
Mhm.
I
Yeah, I
feel-
mean, the big thing's the clutch, and then and that's the clutch mechanism that turns on and off the Vactor, not the truck clutch.
Right.
Yeah, and then the other thing is the hose is only enough to do one. It's I think 600 feet, so it's only enough to do like one stretch of sewer. And most Vactors you could get two stretches, 1,000+ feet of hose. And I think it's because they over the years would have problems with the hose, and they cut that excess off.
So we need to buy
But it's
more.
still good for one stretch, you know. And you can go in both directions and reverse step clean.
And we could buy more if we needed to.
We could get new hose. Yeah,
Yeah,
eventually
yeah.
we'll need new hose. But,
Right.
And then when we do, we'll get 1,000 or 1,200 feet.
Okay.
I just don't want us to see us lose the opportunity. It sounds like a heck of a deal and a
Yes.
piece of equipment to have on hand. And maybe we don't want to let this get for us off too long.
Right.
If it's that great a deal. So how about giving Anthony negotiating authority from $20,000 to $25,000, depending on his discretion of what they'll take. You know, work him a little bit, Anthony, all that kind of stuff you know what to do. And get the thing bought.
Okay.
Also, I want to, Anthony, I want to go up there and look at that clutch. Who's your point of contact that I would need?
Justin Asher. And actually, Nate authorized me that when it comes to the Vactor, we can talk directly to the Public Works Director on it, Justin.
All right. I'll get with you.
I sent you his contacts.
Did you?
But I can resend it by text.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So then we need a motion to give Anthony the authority to negotiate for that. Okay? Who wants to make that motion?
I'll make it.
Aaron makes motion, second.
I'll second it.
Donna seconds it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. There you go.
Okay.
Thank you, dear.
I'll touch base with you, Aaron, and then we'll talk to Justin Asher and see what he says. We'll feel him out. He's the one who wanted to give it to us for free, so.
Yeah, I know. I know, we just don't wanna lose it. We just don't wanna lose it, so. And 5,000 would be great, but if we have to pay
But don't
18,
seem
20,
overeager.
yeah. You know, whatever, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you, Anthony.
Yep.
Good night. All right,
And they might change their mind to 30.
So we're not putting.
Mark.
Yeah, right?
Just out of curiosity, has anybody shopped around at all for a truck?
Go ahead, Cal.
Yeah, I looked at it, I looked online and stuff like that, and, I mean, you know, this is one that works for maybe up to 25, so it kinda seems like a good deal to me. I did see some ones that were advertised low, and you click them, and they turned out to be auctions, and they were going for way more than what they were advertised for, so.
I was just curious, because you look around, there are places in the country where you can get them, but it'd be travel.
Yeah.
And what about a camera? You almost need a camera rig if you're gonna do this. What kind of cost are we gonna have there?
There will,
I thought that was part
I mean,
of the
without
deal.
the camera, you don't wanna just go blowing water through.
Chuck,
You,
yeah, answer the question.
okay. Well, the cameras are around 30. I mean, you can shop around a little, just like I said, they come up online, and stuff, so he's absolutely correct. I made this quite clear at the last meeting, that you have to know what you're doing. If you got a bad spot, the camera tells you that, so they go hand in hand.
But we have the movies of the pipes now, that we can look back at and know where those weak spots are.
But you don't know where new ones are.
Well, we don't know where new ones are. That is correct.
Well, and the thing is that I've explained it many times, that when you have a bad spot, the camera comes in from this direction, jetter comes from this direction, and you don't have to run it 300-400 feet back and forth because they're working together. You see the bad spots, you back the camera up, you run the jetter ahead, saw back and forth, run the camera ahead and see if you got it.
Mm-hmm.
And you continue that until you get that bad spot taken care of.
Dan?
So you're gonna have another 30 grand into this, and then
Mhm.
is there any special certifications needed to run it? Or, we know it's gotta have a CDL, but what are we gonna have for qualifications on that? Because you can also, as it was referenced, do as much damage too. If you have somebody in there, we've experienced that in the past, so.
So, anybody got an answer for that? You, no?
Well, I think that's something to think about down the
It
road.
is something to think about,
Yeah.
and a camera is probably the next move. Even with another $30,000 for the camera, we're still saving money by owning our own,
Well,
as
and
comparison
Pick up a job.
to paying somebody to do it for us. As far as somebody knowing how to do it, I would say that, well, Chuck is our public works, he'll be there. Anthony, yes?
I'd just say I'd volunteer Aaron to do it.
I don't have a CDL.
Come on, you guys.
Do you have to be certified though?
Not
Is
that
there
I know
a
of.
state certification for this, or?
Don't-
That's
don't.
my knowledge, no.
Not that any of us know of, but we will check that too.
It is a maintenance thing, so that,
It is what?
it is a maintenance thing. so
Maintenance thing, yes.
that's a whole
Connie.
different-
Well, I thought Anthony said you had to have a CDL to drive it, so.
Oh, you do?
Just the truck.
Who's gonna be driving the truck when it belongs to the city? Who's gonna
Linda.
have the CDL license to do it? Oh, you're gonna be you're gonna
If
do
I
it?
have to be, yes, I can.
Oh.
I do have a
I was just
CDL.
curious.
Yeah, I do have a CDL. Chuck has a CDL. Aaron?
I think what we're kind of getting at here is this truck is, there is a safety factor, a major safety factor to a vehicle
Mhm.
like this.
Yes.
This isn't I'm gonna try it and see if I can figure out how to
Right.
work it, right.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I think the reason we're pursuing it right now is the cost and the availability, and they need it gone, so it's, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there's gonna be somebody in the driver's seat of this in 2 months.
Right.
We still need to dot all our i's and cross all our t's, but we're getting a vehicle at a really good price, right? That's
Yes.
Well, yeah, initially it was free, right?
No, it was.
So, got us turned on to the idea.
I
Mhm.
don't know if anything's actually free though.
Well, you got that.
That's the truth of it.
I'm sure there's some instructions that'll go along with it.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
You know, and I've been around this
Oh, I
kind
got
of
it.
thing for several years with Chase Corporation, so it isn't like,
Okay.
Make it so.
All right, moving on. That brings us to items from the citizens. Any citizens like to speak tonight? None. All right. Wow. Trustee,
Cost too long.
trustee input.
I like that we're getting done a little earlier and there wasn't a lot of conversation.
Okay. Thank you, Donna. Shannon?
I feel good about the way that we decided to change our route with Jerry. I
Good.
think it's a good paper trail. I appreciate you getting the account set up for the town,
Well, she did.
for Discord.
That was all Terry.
Thank you, Terry. And for listening to my complaint, I guess, on the yard waste, even though we can't really do anything about it. I'd like to know, maybe know, just keep in our minds if any of us go to that board thing in Pier that they have. Well, Pier every other year, right? Or FO school or anything. See what other towns are doing. If they still have that FO board.
Good.
I'm sure they don't have their own dumps, so they've got to have yard waste.
Okay.
I'd like to know.
Very
Thanks.
good. Thank you. Gal?
Oh, I don't have anything.
Okay. Aaron?
Just, I do appreciate how this board is working together, and I hope a lot of people do, that we can negotiate and navigate through things and still, you know, we don't really fight per se.
What's there to fight
What's
about?
to fight about? Yeah. I mean, sorry, I don't get it, but but then I'm not a fighter anyway. So
Talking things out, hearing
Yeah.
both sides. I
Yeah.
think we all do really good at that.
yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you all for coming tonight. Be safe in the cold weather. Enjoy the next 2 kind of warm days.
I
And,
make a motion this
Reminder,
meeting
we have a work
adjourns.
session next
and we do
Tuesday.
have a work session next Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Yes.
Second.
He seconded my
Motion's been
adjournment.
made and seconded to adjourn this meeting at 8:26. Thank you all.
Thank you.